Hi guys, our job is about New Zealand. We will talk about the country. Now, I, Lucas and Iago, will tell you a little bit about the English story in New Zealand.
The English arrived at this location more than 200 years ago by the visit of the explorer Captain James Cook in the year of 1769. After the first contact, we recorded some new words from his own territory. Almost a century later, British explorers began to arrive in the region, causing New Zealand to have received a strong influence from British English. Later, the country received a lot of Australian immigrants, a fact that further modifies the English spoken there. Many claim that it is a mixture of the British with the Australian, with elements of more each speech.
So much cultural mixing was made New Zealand two official languages, English and Maori. Remember that everyone speaks English there, with some Maori expressions. And of course, it's not just words but whole sentences that differ. Instead of listening to "You're welcome," you will probably hear "all good." On this occasion, Jen will talk about graphic and sound differences in New Zealand English.
Other spelling. Another difference is that some words, talk sound like, are written differently. It's the case of check, that Kiwis spell as check, or dialogue, that they write dialogue. Many of these different spellings are also influence of British colonization, such as color, flavor, etc. The E sound has an I. That's it, they change the sound of the vowel and the I, and in many words, ends up losing the sense, because the same words also exist with the sound of I. For example, check-in has chicken sound. Check is pronounced like chick. The I has a U. One of the most famous typical dishes of the country is fish and chips, which they pronounce fish and chips.
At this moment, I, Eric, will bring some curiosities. In New Zealand, there are three official languages: English, Maori, and the New Zealand Saigon language. Most of the country is pollution-free. Lollies. It would have the same meaning as candy in American English, but it will fit any type of candy. The Blue Lake has the most crystalline waters in the world. Kiwi. This word is used to describe informally the locals. There are more sheep than people, about 7 sheep for one person. Kiwi is also the name of cute and hairy animal that exists in the New Zealand. Man, something very cool, similar to amazing. The world's first commercial bungee jumping was created in the New Zealand. In the New Zealand has the only bird that don't fly, and the species of alpine parrot. So now we will have Bernardo with some expressions used in New Zealand.
Macas, McDonald's, jandals, chinelos, pissed, bêbado, choca-block, lugar muito cheio, sweet ass, ótimo ou sem problemas. Another than New Zealand English addiction, used constantly at the end of the sentence, something like yours, oop. Mate, but it happens. If even used, it becomes excessive. It means friend, companion, comrade, the people with whom you lost more intermittently and have fun. Hips, very. Used in place of a lot of in traditional English. Dairy, morning foods such as milk, cheese, eggs, and bread. Flat white, a special way to prepare a latte, similar to cappuccino. Mounted, broken, something that does not work anymore. No worries, the response used when something tasks the person for something similar to ours, from nothing. Tramping, who normally means burning, but in New Zealand English means making a trail, explore a place in the countryside outside the city. Yeah, nah. I don't know. I'm not dubbed. The New Zealanders use this idiom to indicate they are not sure about something, are they thinking and have not decided.